Toronto is one of the biggest cultural hubs in the world, attracting a great variety of cultures that build community within the city.
Torontonians are often known to band together to promote wanted change, which is great until it results in pushing the issue to a less unified or high status community, solving nothing.
In communities where homelessness is an issue, the band-aid solution is often just relocation. If you can't see the problem, it will solve itself. Right now, the city parks are filled with tents and people who feel safer sleeping outside than using the shelter system. It's as if our government is waiting for the poor to die out.
One of Toronto's oldest and perhaps most famous communities is the Church and Wellesley Village, an area which corporately celebrates the queer community while gentrifying the poor.
Queer folks struggle with poverty and homelessness at alarming percentages, yet the rates to live in the area where they're told they should feel safe increase to impossible percentages, threatening to exploit them for the money that they systematically do not have.
People are often moved without being given a place to go, or a choice in where they end up. They're given little notice and no chance for change. And this issue is not unique to Church Street. It happens all over the city.
What we need to focus on here is that a lot of these people are sick, be it mentally or physically, they're sick. And they need that help before we can focus on anything else. And right now, so many resources are being wasted uprooting them instead of helping them.
This has happened so much that some people argue that those on the streets are not truly a part of our community, that they have just ended up here.
They're here, they're in this area, and they need help. If we have the resources to help someone, then we're going to do that. If they're willing to participate in our safe space environments that we're looking to create, then who are we to turn them away? There are limited options for temporary shelter, limited even more to those interconnected within the queer communities. So we're raising funds to help shelters in our community. And since none of those shelters are LGBTQ2+ specific, if a straight person were to show up, we're not going to turn them away just because of their lifestyle. We know what it's like to be turned away from who we are, and no one wants to put someone else through that.
Many queer identifying people go through so much prejudice in the shelter system that they feel safer on the streets. Some shelters even have a practice where if a transgendered person comes in, they have to set up alternative accommodations for them. And it's one of those cases where, yeah, the sentiment's there, you're helping them, but it's such an othering practice that it just emphasizes the need for more queer safe spaces because the regular world's still not safe for us.
With unemployment spiking, more people are unsheltered, putting them in desperate situations which are resulting in harm to fellow community members.
Obviously, we're not here to justify crime. Hurting others is bad. But we're not here to just uproot the people that we view as a problem. We're here to look at the system that makes it so hard to get better. And we're not here just to sweep the homeless away. We're here to give people a chance to survive, not just a place to go.
The COVID-19 pandemic has heavily impacted the shelter system. Unemployment and evictions have displaced those already in unstable living conditions, exposing them to the virus, putting them in close quarters, and who knows what else. It's so easy to turn a blind eye when we're socialized to believe that they're in that situation because of their own choices, their own fault, that they put themselves there. But so many of them are just victims of circumstance in a system that doesn't support them.
This pandemic has highlighted issues in our system that need to be addressed as soon as possible. Winter is coming and more people are going to die. We're a small group, so it really minimizes what we can do when it comes to changing the system. But what we can do is make the lives different for the individuals that we can reach. We realize that we can't save everyone. But you don't have to save the whole world just to change someone's world.
We reached out to some of our favorite queer-friendly groups and performers and have been able to put together a once-in-a-lifetime event. The secret blessing of the pandemic is that no one had a reason to say no.
This project has worked in correlation with Buddies for Bad Times Theatre, Toronto's School of Burlesque, Glad Day Bookshop, Bad Dog Theatre, and Comic Sans Productions to build a comedy variety show of some of the best queer performers in the city, truly making a show for everyone. Until 8 p.m. when the show is rated 18 plus and is not for everyone.
Eva's initiatives for homeless youth is helping over 100 people aged 16 to 24 in a safe environment that does welcome queer people. Not only do they offer shelter, but they have various programs to help these kids, so these people, have a chance to have some form of stability. So many of them feel like they lost at life before they even had a chance to begin. Half of our proceeds will be going to Eva's to help establish more of a safe space for people in our community. The other half of our proceeds will be going to the 519, an organization dedicated to the advocacy of queer communities.
Giggles for Gays is a 3-day ticketed and donation-based event. All tickets are pay what you can to maximize everyone's access to the show, and donations will be open through the whole weekend, even while the show isn't streaming. Tickets can be purchased through Eventbrite, and donations will be sent through e-transfer or PayPal to giggles@forthegays.ca.
So join us for Giggles for Gays, January 8th, 9th, and 10th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.